Good day and thank you for joining us. Inflation in Ghana increased to 3.7% in May 2026, up from 3.4% in April 2026. While prices continue to rise, the increase remains far lower than the 18.4% recorded in May last year. This tells us that in spite of the slight increase in May 2026, Ghana's inflation situation has improved significantly over the past year. But what exactly is inflation? Inflation simply means the general increase in the prices of goods and services over time. When inflation rises, households spend more money to buy the same items. Inflation does not mean every price is increasing at the same rate. It does not mean there is a shortage of goods in the market either. In May 2026, the overall price level increased by 1.1% compared to April 2026. This is what we call month-on-month inflation. In simple terms, it measures how prices changed within 1 month. Year-on-year inflation, on the other hand, compares current prices with prices in the same month a year earlier. In May 2026, the year-on-year inflation rate was 3.7%. Meaning that, on average, goods and services in Ghana were 3.7% more expensive than they were in May 2025. Food inflation increased from 2.2% in April to 3.3% in May 2026, with food prices rising by 2% within the month, that's between April and May 2026. Non-food inflation, however, eased slightly from 4.2% in April to 4.1% in May. Locally produced items recorded inflation of 5%, up from 4.7% in April 2026. This is much higher than the 0.9% inflation recorded for imported items in May 2026. This suggests domestic factors continue to drive inflation more strongly than imported pressures. Services inflation remained high at 9.9%, while goods inflation stood at 1.4%. Across the regions, inflation remained uneven. The Northeast region recorded the highest inflation at 10.1%, while the Savannah region recorded negative inflation of 3.0%, the lowest inflation rate, meaning prices there generally declined compared to last year. The biggest contributors to inflation were charcoal, rent, fresh tomatoes, secondary school fees, green plantain, altogether contributing 54.9% to inflation. The highest inflation items included ginger at 78%, mango at 61.9%, and charcoal at 50.1%. On the other hand, prices for cocoyam leaves declined by 43.7%, fried fish by 43.6%, garden eggs by 41.3%, and pawpaw by 40.4%. Overall, food prices, housing and utility costs, education expenses, and restaurants and accommodation services continue to shape inflation trends in Ghana. What do this mean for key stakeholders? For government, the priority should remain fiscal discipline and investment in food storage, irrigation, transport, and regional market access. Businesses should improve efficiency and reduce avoidable costs. Households should focus on careful spending, essential needs, and small savings where possible. The Ghana Statistical Service thanks market traders, transport operators, businesses, households, the media, and our dedicated field officers and staff across the country whose hard work makes this release possible. We remain committed to producing timely, accurate, relevant, and credible statistics to support evidence-based decision-making and national development. Thank you very much.